what I think goes through their head is, why is their life like this? Like, why is it only happening to them in a serious problem? And why aren't they in school or something like that?
So, do you think they're aware that they're not living a normal life? They should be in school. You're thinking they kind of know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good insight. Sometimes we don't even think about what the kids are thinking. Mm-hmm. Good, great, thanks.
I wrote, what's wrong with this situation is that the boys live where they're smoking, drugs and prostitutes work, and that's wrong for an environment, for anybody, even for a mother or for kids.
You're right. That's totally wrong. Did anything strike you about why they're not in school and what they answered that's particularly wrong in this situation? Do you remember what they said?
No.
Yeah, we don't know what bus to take. It's like they have to figure out what bus to take to get to school. They're 7 and 8. That's another example of what you're saying. Boy, there's a lot wrong with this situation. But as you say, you know it happens. It's all over the neighborhood. It's real. All right, great.
What do you think goes through Randy and Richard's mind every day? I thought that, well, all they must think about is how they're gonna like, or what they're gonna do to survive that day, or to see what they can do to like, to see if they could start thinking ahead for the next day and what they're gonna do then and stuff like that. And then I also chose the other one of, what is your opinion about these boys selling dummies, the fake cocaine? I thought that idea was kind of smart, but then again, like really, really dangerous. Cause like crackheads will like do anything if they get like messed with like that or whatever. They'll probably even like try to kill them most likely.
So they had a smart idea, sort of.
Yeah.
Like they see this is how you get money, but they don't know what they're messing with.
But it's dangerous. Yeah.
It's very dangerous because no one's giving them any guidance. Yeah, good insight. Like how could they know? They thought they were doing what they saw happening. You know, they're imitating the adults that they see. Yeah, good insight. Thank you.
That's an everyday thing. Like, that's what they do for a living. Like, no one's gonna go up to them and give them money. So they gotta find themselves somehow to get money.
So they're just doing survival.
Yeah, like.
So is there hope for them?
Until somebody else, helps them or their mom changes.
So do you think there's any hope for them at all?
Maybe when she gets old.
When their moms get old?
Yeah.
What might happen when their mom gets older?
Well, she's gonna be all nasty, She's gonna be like.
What did you mean when she grows? If she grows up, like gets more mature? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, when she gets like mature.
Yeah. What would if she suddenly got old enough, like mature enough to realize what she was doing to her children? What do you think changes? What might she do to change her situation?
Like see their kids like that, like see their kids around just without having nothing to eat.
So give them something to eat.
Or like unless something happens to them, that's when she's gonna realize.
She needs to change
Unless-
her life around.
Mm-hmm.
Unless something happened. So it sounds like you're picturing that something happening has to be outside of what they could do because they're so little.
Because that's when they realize when something's too late.
So they can report what's happening in that house and see that there's kids in that house and that cannot be done in that house because there's kids. Or get the school to call the mom or something and see that the kids are not going to school and they can get the kids taken away.
So you actually mentioned cops because of that legal stuff. You mentioned social services take care
For
of
the kids.
the children that are not getting cared for, and the school, so they at least could figure out what school they should
What's
go
going
to.
on with the kids.
Okay.
And they can get the kids taken away from the mom and take them to a shelter or someplace where they can be taken care of. Because that happens. Because it's illegal. It's happening.
So 3 excellent suggestions on something that could be done that so far the folks in the story haven't done, or I don't know if they thought of it, but they haven't done it in the story.
Isn't she getting welfare? And what would welfare be like helping, like give her, or is she spending it on
No, she's probably
dummies?
spending it on the cocaine.
Yeah.
She sells the coke. That's where she gets the money. She sells
But
it
she's
and then
also
she does
using it.
Well, yeah, she sells it to use it.
Right.
She sells it to get the money and then use it.
Okay, so the cops come and they clear out the illegal stuff and they take the kids away. And so what do you think happens to kids when that happens?
They
So-
get put up
Without-
for adoption.
Adoption or a foster home. So do you think they're better off without their mom?
Well, we're better if they're with their mom, but if they're not doing good with their mom, well, they should go somewhere. somewhere where they can be taken care of.
Really tough thing to have to figure out, isn't it? Yeah, to not be with your mom or to be with a family that takes better care of you. So even in helping them, it's more heartache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their mom can be taken to a place where she can get help, like rehab or something.
Okay, I was just gonna ask you. So where's the hope in this story? And you are so hopeful. You won't even let it end on a sad note. You are. See, that's wonderful because a lot of young people don't have that kind of hope. That's fantastic. I didn't even have to ask you, and you knew. But you could get rehabilitated. Absolutely. And what could happen to the kids? They could go to school, and they could end up reunited eventually.
They can have their life back.
Yeah, they could. They could have their life back. So the stories are written to show the realities of the streets, but we also are trying to get you to see that there's still always hope. There's always hope. So not to give up, not to decide, oh, what can we do? We'll just jump off a bridge. You know, there's always hope. So you just said it. That was great.